Regular meeting of the Jackson City Council. Today's date is December 2nd, 2025, and it's approximately 10:05 a.m. We will begin with the invocation from Reverend Dr. Lewis E. Logan II of Aldersgate United Methodist Church of Ward 2, and then I'll invite Vice President Hartley to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Greetings and good morning, family, to our 54th elected mayor of the city of Jackson, to the assembled council persons, and most especially my council person Clay, to all of you who gathered here today. I have, as it were, more of a meditation than a prayer, if you don't mind. My wife's going to get at me, but I represent my wife, who is Bishop Sharma Lewis Logan, the Bishop of the United Methodist Church here in the state of Mississippi, over the Mississippi Conference. We like to, what we call, keep the main thing the main thing. And one of the things we do to keep the main thing is we like to dine at various restaurants in the city with soul. We find that we have an eclectic palate, and that we like to make sure that when we go into every dining place that the rating is A. My wife has a transporter on the order of Star Trek, that if it's anything less than A, she has transported herself back in the car immediately. I don't know how she does it. I try to get footage from the camera, but we haven't caught her yet. But she does not play. If it's not A, we don't stay. But we keep the main thing, because we believe that people ought to have access to healthy food. We believe that people ought to have access to a healthy environment where they can have the food. And when we're seated, after we get past A rating, we make sure that we at least humanize the experience. We keep the main thing. Whoever the server is a human being. And we make sure that we learn the person's name and something about them. Don't worry, this ends in a prayer, it's okay. And so we learn the person's name because every name has meaning. Every person has dignity and respect. And as Dr. King would say, there's dignity in all work. We keep the main thing. The what? The main thing. Even when we're sitting down to eat, we make sure that we're respectful. Always be, here's a tip, pro tip, always be respectful to anyone who's handling your food. I'm just saying. And so we're always engaging, because we're not just being served, but we're also engaging in a connection, because it's all about relationships at the end of the day. And before we bless the food, my wife has a way of blessing the hands that picked it, the hands that prepared it, the hands that brought it to the table, because there is a connection even to the individuals who picked the food. Regardless of where the server is, who the server is, what they look like, everybody deserves dignity. Regardless of where they come from, who they've chosen to love, where they live, what their socioeconomic background is, everybody is somebody. We try to keep the main thing what? The main thing. And we pray to serve the food that we eat that gives us the strength to serve, because that's why we're here. As persons of faith, we're here to serve. The strength that we receive, the gifts that we have, the places that we've come from, all that has made us who we are, is designed to serve people. That's the main thing. And so when we pray at the end, oftentimes it's give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of those who offend us as we forgive those who have offended us. And lead us not into temptation to get back, but deliver us from the evil of trying to do in one another. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Let's keep the main thing, family. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Logan. Thank you, Councilman Hartley. Colleagues, are there any opening statements? Yes, sir. Mr. Hartley.
I'd like to open this meeting in honor of Reverend John Cameron, and also Queen Esther McKnight. But Reverend Cameron was a long-term leader of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church in my ward on Robertson Road. Distinguished leader, and just want to, we will be writing resolutions and other things, and I think there's a street name that's going to be presented in his honor. Reverend John Cameron and Miss Queen Esther McKnight, a longtime member of Pecan Tree Park Neighborhood Association, living on Alta Vista Boulevard. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. Foote?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to open and close the meeting in honor of Mr. Wade Creekmore, who passed away over the Thanksgiving holidays. He's a great friend and great neighbor, but more importantly, he and his brother Jimmy Creekmore founded Cellular South and changed it to C Spire and built it into the biggest technology company in the state of Mississippi. He's a long-term member of First Presbyterian Church.
All right, thank you. Councilman Parkinson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'd like to wish an early Founders Day to you and all the Jacksonian men of Alpha Phi Alpha.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
President.
There's a lot of haters in the room. Okay. Mr. Stokes.
Thank you so much. Mr. President, I want to welcome those Bulldogs from A33 Nation to the council chamber. And I'd like to open the meeting in honor of former City of Jackson Security, Mr. Otis O.J. Davis, and also Mr. J.C. Williams. And I want to thank members of this body for honoring Dr. Cameron before he transitioned to the other side. Even though we have to do some other things, he was here to see that the city of Jackson appreciated everything that he had done, continued to do while he was here, and letting everybody know that he was a good man who's going to be sorely missed. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anyone else? Colleagues, I ask that we open this meeting in memory of Mr. David Charles Otis, who was a longtime employee with the city of Jackson. He's also a cousin of mine. He died Thanksgiving morning, and he'll be funeralized Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And so please keep his family in your prayers. All right, colleagues, we're going to go ahead with public comment. We're going to take the agenda item first, since we only have one of those. Also, as you come up for public comment, you have 3 minutes, okay? These are the rules. You have 3 minutes. At the 2.5-minute mark, the clerk will notify it that you only have 30 seconds left. Once you've maxed out your 3 minutes, you will be notified again with the red marker. And at that time, we ask that you cease your comment, okay? We're going to, maintain as much quorum as we can. We have a pretty packed agenda here, especially with these Bulldogs in the room. And we want to make sure that we are moving as expeditiously as possible through the agenda. So first, we're going to start with Mr. David Green, item 25. Is Mr. David Green present? All right. Good morning, sir. Turn on the mic, please, and state your name for the record.
All right, David Green with Republic Services. I'm just here, we're not going to take long at all. I'm here about agenda item number 25, where you extended your disposal contract with Waste Management from the 2016 contract. Totally understand. I just wanted to say I really appreciate you opening this up for RFP to begin with. We put in a good RFP proposal, I feel. I want to give a shout out to Ms. Weathers, your solid waste director. She was very forthcoming with the information when I asked. It was very easy to come up with the information we needed for the city of Jackson. She came to the landfill along with your Public Works Director, and we addressed a few things, hours, et cetera, and we were able to come up with a few extra hours on Saturday, and we addressed some concerns she had for some of your concerns on event work on Saturdays, and we offered some solutions. But with that being said, is that, we are here for the city. We are here. We definitely wanted your business. We're willing to negotiate, willing to work. It seems like it's already done, and I can respect that. I'm not here to complain or do anything. But if there's a chance now, in the future, for anything in your solid waste needs, especially on the disposal, I'm sure Waste Management will do a very good job for you, as they have been, I'm sure. But if something happens, something falls through, we're just right up the road. So please, if there's a chance, consider it. Look at our RFP. We put a lot of work into it. But once again, I want to say that with working with Ms. Weathers, I don't usually get that much quick turnaround, everything. So it was enjoyable, as much as enjoyable could be to put packets together. But we really appreciate y'all. But if we have a chance, we'd appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Green. All right, colleagues, now we're going to move to the non-agenda items. Is Mr. Mark Harper present? Mr. Oliver O'Quinn?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
we have Mr. Quinn on the agenda. He, unless he just wants to speak now, he'll have more time if he speak on the agenda for the Chastain area issue.
Okay.
What item is that, Mr. Stokes? Okay, item 34.
Discussion, yeah. We put you on the agenda. Mr. O'Quinn, you can wait, and when we discuss it, you'll have more time to really tell everything, because you had two things you were concerned about.
So what you want me to do?
Just sit and wait.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Now, Dr. Webb, we got a potential fire code issue. So I just got the note. I'm going to kindly ask that the Bulldogs exit the chamber and just hang out. I see there's an item later on in the agenda. I'm going to try to make some moves to get y'all back out of here. But if A33 Nation, including Mr. Stokes, could exit the chambers, just exit the chambers, because we overpopulation now. So just give me a minute, okay? And I promise we'll get y'all back in here. All right, thank you so much. Tell them study. I know we got 9 weeks testing coming up. Show them some math problems, Dr. Webb. Yeah. She was my assistant principal for a long time. All right. Since Mr. O'Quinn is going to move down on the agenda, we'll take Mr. David Archie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To the president of this council and to the mayor in his absence and other council members. My name is David L. Archie, and I'm here this morning to address an issue that is affecting the city when it comes to water turnoff in the city of Jackson. It is my understanding that Jackson Water has become so disrespectful to the citizens of Jackson, Mississippi. At this point, we have elderly people. I got a call on yesterday, day before yesterday. Elderly woman just had brain surgery. Diabetes, on dialysis. She's fighting with Jackson Water because there's over a $5,000 water bill. They are threatening her to turn her water off if she don't bring $1,600 in. Now, what this boiled down to, council members, is a humanitarian crisis. The citizens of Jackson did not create this problem. Government did. We are under a democracy. Government's supposed to protect the people. Jackson Water folks are not elected officials. I expect for this council, perhaps the mayor of this city, somebody to begin to file a restraining order against Jackson Water until we get this matter straightened out. They have gone and spent $6 million of this city money that's supposed to came to the city. Disrespectful. Just absolutely, totally disrespectful. They will not go and cut the water off at the zoo where the animals are, but they will cut the water off on citizens that lives and work and pay their taxes inside of this city. A problem that was only created by government. Now, last but not least, I want to make this clear. When that $800 million came down to the city of Jackson,
How much?
$800 million came down to the city of Jackson. It was only for the infrastructure, to fix pipes, to restore O.B. Curtis and any other kind of water issue. Where is the reparation for the people? The people that have been left out, the people have gone through what they have gone through with this water situation. The folks in the city of Jackson are tired of being sick and tired. And Jackson Water are running residents out of the city of Jackson. People are not paying a $10,000 water bill. They're relocating to neighboring cities. That is a threat to this city. Now, if this council and this mayor can't do anything about it, I expect for the people that lives, that work here, that is committed in this city to do something about it. We're going to come together, we're going to band together to do something about this issue that affects the citizens in the city of Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Archie.
Thank y'all for that opportunity.
All right, Ms. Jeanette Brown, parking violations.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Jeanette Brown, and I live in the North Colony subdivision. That's in North Jackson, near Tougaloo, Callaway High School, that area. I'm here to bring an issue to your attention. A couple of weeks ago, I had to call. I requested JPD to come out and enforce the code on the parking on the streets. I live in a cul-de-sac. There are 6 homes in this cul-de-sac. 4 of them are maintained by senior women that are widowed and or divorced. The other 2 houses are occupied by middle-aged younger men. We've asked those gentlemen not to bring their Penske trucks in that little small area, their dump trucks in that little small area. And we've asked the other resident that lives just next door to me not to park his vehicles on the street because he has a lot of vehicles. These are single-family homes. I built this house in 1986. I want to live there in peace. I don't want conflict with my neighbors. So I called JPD to simply enforce what the Mississippi Code says. I have pictures that I have bought, and I'm just going to leave those with you. There's a set of pictures, if
Pass
I
it
may.
to the clerk, please.
Thank you. It's showing the violations going on at my home. It's showing where the gentleman has ample parking in his yard and just refuses to park in his yard on a daily basis. And to keep any more conflict down, I'm here to ask you to have JPD to enforce the code. I also have brought with me what I did my research. Title, I think it's Mississippi Code Title 33, 202. Let me see, let me quote that right. Under Mississippi Code Rules 33-203-1.2. And it says that parking is not permitted on public streets. And it's an occurring thing where a neighbor would have to, park out there, but it's a temporary thing. And in that closed area, I would just ask y'all to please make law enforcement aware of their responsibilities to to the senior citizens to give us back our peace. And I thank y'all for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Harvey Williams, Jr.
Good morning
Good morning.
to the council members and to my council, Mr. Hartley, and to all of you. I'm a citizen of Jackson, Mississippi for over 40 years, and I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to stay in Jackson because I love Jackson, and I know what they bring to the table. And I just want to give some props to Mr. Hartley because he is really working hard in his ward to make it safe. And I want to thank him for that. Let me tell you something. Jackson is not dead. It just needs waking up. We have to get busy in not certain part of Jackson, or the north part of Jackson, but the city of Jackson is all of Jackson. West Jackson, North Jackson, East Jackson, South Jackson. We need help. We need police present. We need funding. We need grants, okay, in the city of Jackson. Highway 80 is a main corridor of Jackson. It runs from Clinton, I believe, all the way to Morton. It is very essential to the citizens of Jackson. And myself, I'm a businessman myself. My business name is 50 Yards LLC on Highway 80. And I have a vision that our older members have dreamed of to bring jobs, young people jobs, to the city of Jackson. But we need help. We need funding. We need grants. We need contact. Okay? So we need everybody to put all of their efforts into the Highway 80 corridor. Most of our elderly, they depend on the food depot. Food depot on Terry Road have just closed. Captain D's, Highway 80 have closed. There's a lot of businesses are closing, not because they're not making money, because we just don't have the resources. We don't have the contact. Have anybody ever went to these businesses and say, what can we do to keep it open? This is what we have to look at. The last time I checked, Jackson is still the capital. Somebody say capital. We still is the capital, okay? The people of Jackson need us. They need us. Most of 45% of the people that work in Jackson come from neighboring cities. Madison, Pearl. They need us, okay? So we have to do something for our young people, for our community. So I'm asking you, let's pitch in, and let's bring these businesses that make sense. We don't need more hotels. We don't need more motels. We don't need more liquor stores. We don't need more clubs. But we need businesses that make sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Mr. Nathaniel Blunt, abandonment of Highway 80. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Nathaniel Blunt. I'm the proprietor of the Country Fisherman Restaurants in Jackson and Pearl, Mississippi. I'm coming here this morning because I've talked to my councilman, Mr. Hartley, and I've had several conversations with him. He's come out and he's helped us to remove debris, cut down branches, move trash around. But that's not his job. That is truly not his job. And I appreciate what he does. I came to Highway 80 21 years ago in Martin County Fishery. It was a great thriving business in a great thriving neighborhood. But Highway 80 needs rebranding. When you get off on exit 42B going west, okay, all you see from time to time is overgrown brush. You look at the back of hotels, okay, that are down. It used to be Hotel Oak, but it's rubbish now. It's just a lot of brick. I don't know whether it's there because of environmental problems. I don't know whether it's there because they just don't have the funds to do it, but it's there. It's an eyesore. You get off, and there's a shopping bucket full of all type of debris that someone's collected up and down the street. And then if you walk further to a brand-new service station, a little shopping area right there, that looks like it's run down after 2 years, okay? And there's a delinquent young man just, and you know he has mental health problems, and there he is pushing a shopping cart with all type of debris on it, okay? And so if you're traveling, and you get off there, first of all, you think, you got off in the wrong area. I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
We were so vibrant, and we still do pretty good on Highway 80 because people come to see us, okay? Miss Clay was over a few weeks ago and brought people to eat. We're still open. When's the last time you've been to Highway 80? It used to be a vibrant thoroughway there, okay? Now, everything's gone. I mean, beside me, Western Sills is gone. Barbers is gone. Captain D's is gone. Sonny's is gone. Where do we draw from? You know, and quite frankly, we have been lied to before, too many times. I'm asking for your help in rebranding the face of Highway 80, because Highway 80 didn't do this to itself. Okay? All this is, and when I ran a state organization, bad management did it. Okay? And I'm not here to throw stones. I'm telling you that we need some help, just like the previous gentleman. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Blunt. Is Mr. Mark Harper here? He's not here. All right, colleagues, that's going to end our public comment.
We bring no bulldogs in now.
Give me just a little more time, Mr. Stokes. I'm going to get him, I promise you.
I would like to say that Highway 80 does need help, and this council is going to work with Mr. Hartley and the city to do something at Highway 80. I go in that area every week. I go to church over there. I try and patronize all the businesses. I grew up in West Jackson, and we need to make a difference on Highway 80, just like we're doing in Fondren, Bellhaven, everywhere else in this city. But Highway 80 needs it most. So everybody needs to come together and work with Highway 80, West Jackson, in that area.
Concerning Highway 80, every dollar we put into that area will come back multiplied. It is a diamond in the rough. It's something that I'm not even talking about the heritage and the history of that area, but the commerce of that area. Tens of thousands of vehicles every day. City of Jackson, once we invest, once we get serious about that stretch of land, we're going to bring money in. I promise you that. So I appreciate the folks coming out to speak. Thank you, Mr. President.
And thank you. And colleagues, I encourage, one second, Ms. Stokes, if you'll please. Have this as an item for the planning committee so we can talk about this in depth. Okay, I think that'll be good. Yes, sir, Mr. Stokes.
Mr. President, some of these business people have sacrificed a lot to stay on Highway 80. I think the councilman is doing a lot, but it's going to take the city, the Department of Planning and others to step in if they can develop Highway 80 in Rankin County, and then clearly it can be done in Jackson. He's exactly right. We used to go to Bonanza Steakhouse and, Russell Sizzler. They built the new Jack's, but it's a diamond in the rough. That's the interstate. You got Interstate 20, It's gonna run all the way through Texas and turn to 10 and go to California. People will stop and eat and do other things if they feel safe. But you can't have all those homeless out there sticking everybody up, coming into every car, pushing this and that. People ain't gonna take a chance their families getting hurt or killed just to try to get something to eat. We got to get a police precinct over there or something, Mr. President, and do something to make sure people safe. Once they're safe, because you got Jimmy High School over there, once they're safe, people come back. But you got to be safe in this city. And I think this council has done a wonderful job trying to maintain everything, but it's going to take all of us. I'm not saying just talking about it. We got to put some money over there. That's what they do in the fund. We're going to do that today. I think in, what do they call that part of town? Eastover? I mean, we put money over there today. How many million? Put some of the millions in my ward. Thank you.
All right, colleagues, I would like to get back to the agenda, please.
Lanier, let's bring Lanier.
Consent agenda, please. Consent agenda.
All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Mr. Parkinson?
Mr. President, I move that we add items 20 and 21 to the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments on moving these two items into consent agenda? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? You oppose? Okay, 6-0. All right, thank you. So now we have the consent agenda as amended on the floor. Okay, all in favor? All right, 7-0. Ms. Foote, you voted in favor of consent? Mr. Foote? Okay.
Now, you said 6-0.
It was 6-0 on the amendment, but 6-1 on the amendment. Mr. Foote voted against,
Okay,
but it's 7-0.
that's what I'm saying. Can't be 6-0, 7-0.
It was, right, 7-0.
So those items can't be moved since he voted against it, right?
No, majority.
It's not a, yeah, it's not a.
Not an
emergency.
Majority.
Anybody.
All right.
Don't bulldog, Mr. President.
We go, now, Ms. Stokes, now look. Y'all added all this extra commentary and pushed me back 8 minutes.
President, you are educated. These people got to be in school.
I'm counting some
They got to
time.
be in school. They got to learn. Those are future doctors, lawyers,
He just had
counselors, man.
another bulldog coming here.
The judge. Come on, Judge.
Just give me.
These bulldogs handle that thing.
All right, let me go ahead and get Lanier out of here before Mr. Stokes take over. Let's do the proclamation. What number is that?
39.
39.
Come on in, bulldogs.
Resolutions of the City Council of Jackson,
And let me
Mississippi.
say this before you do that.
Okay.
Now, colleagues, if y'all hold me up, I'm going to get it on the back end. Okay? All right, let's go.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, honoring Jackson's historic Lanier High School 2025 football team for excellence of competitive performance.
Second.
All right, it's been moved. Oh, we don't have to do that.
It's a what?
Y'all excited.
Whatever.
Come on in, Bulldogs. Come on in. Come on in. Come on down. Come on down front.
Some of you can come on round. Come on down this way, down front. Come on round. There you go. Come on, man. You're going to be the man. Don't be scared to say the house. Come on. Yeah, man. You big as me, little bro.
Everybody in?
She need.
You can read it, Doc? Okay.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi honoring Jackson's historic Lanier Junior Senior High School 2025 football team for excellence of competitive performance. Whereas the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi in highest traditions commends ingenious persons who advance the lives of family, friends, and community. Head coach Tommy Kelly, a Jackson Public Schools Provine graduate, came to the helm at historic Lanier High School in 2024. A standout player on all levels, his leadership has led to restoration of pride, tradition, standard in the competitive winning spirit, named Mississippi Scoreboard Metro Coach of the Year 2024-2025, with players Jeremiah Wilson and Jamison Kelly earning 4A first team All-State running back and 4A second team All-State cornerback. Respectfully, Coach Kelly and his staff continue to strive, and whereas the season of 2024, 2025, and 2025 through 2026 gave textbook sake to the Lanier Junior Senior High School 100th year celebration, the Bulldogs boasted their first winning season since 2019, hosting their first playoff game since 1986. Further, the Bulldogs recorded 10-1, the most regular season wins and the most rushing yards in school history. Among the team's accolades, Noah Bryce Bailey, Darrell Roberts, Jamison Kelly, and Ashton Mickle together attained 1,900 rushing yards and 41 touchdowns. Nolan Bryce Bailey set a school record with 1,754 rushing yards in a single season. Several Bulldogs were cited for 5A All-District and All-State honors. Several players were recognized as Mississippi Scoreboard Metro Player of the Week and Blitz 16 Player of the Week. Zy Cameron Williams was bestowed the honor of Mississippi Gerdine Player of the Week, and whereas the Lanier Bulldog football team exhibited proudness in the classroom and community, maintaining an overall of 3.0 plus and in a GPA of 3.0 plus and increasing the number of athletes meeting the NCAA eligibility standard. In the community, hundreds of service hours are recorded for community engagement, and several seniors have signed with Jackson State University, Hines Community College, Miami, Ohio University, and other colleges. And whereas the Bulldogs have achieved the most wins over the two-season span in school history, hosting back-to-back home playoff games, the success of the Lanier High School football team rests with the leadership and discipline of Principal Dr. Stacy Webb, Head Coach Tommy Kelly, assistant coaches, unwavering support of Lanier Alumni 833 Nation, supportive parents and community, with special focus on the tenacity of the members of the Lanier High School football team. May we alone remember how the foundation of the school legacy has been undergirded with strength, resilience, and pride. Now therefore be it resolved that Councilman Stokes and his council colleagues do highly honor Lanier Junior High School football team for excellence of competitive performance, done this second day of December 2025.
Thank you so much, and Coach, those Bingham boys called me and said, look, we need Lanier down at City Hall. We want to thank you for your hard work and great job. I know we never make excuses. Went to the playoffs, and young man who took care of my wife as a judge, we call him Blackjack. His son was quarterback, ninth grade, and you still maintain. You know, Lanier, Coach, Dr. Webb, we thank y'all for what y'all continue to do. That's a struggle. People have no idea. We used to look at the team, and sometimes you didn't have enough. You have the players still have a team, and you changed around. So if you allow me to bring Dr. Webb first, because she had a vision to bring you to Lanier. When others were complaining about, he went to Provine. She brought you there, and you've been winning ever since. I'm as a judge, and Brother Bernard to come forward. All the Bulldogs, y'all come stand with these Bulldogs. This is the principal of Lanier High School, Dr. Webb.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations from 833 West Maple Street, where every day is a great day to be a Bulldog. As Councilman Stokes said, I am Dr. Stacy Webb, the proud principal of the most historic 7th through 12th grade institution in the entire state of Mississippi. I just want to thank you for allowing us. I think it was a great, thank you so much for all you do for us. But I was pleased to come down here because I wanted the guys to see this what goes on, and they've asked so many questions outside, and I'm going to get Councilman Stokes to come over and answer all those questions for me. But thank you so much. Coach Kelly and I, we talk often, and my desire, if you didn't know, I'm a former Lady Tiger at Jackson State. I coached at Callaway. My desire, I don't believe that at school can only focus on academics, or you only have to focus on athletics. I believe that athletics and academics can exist in the same place. You heard all our accolades, but in this group, we have Mr. Lanier, we have honor roll students, we have scholars who have scored over 25 on the ACT, and I commend them, and I thank Coach Kelly for his hard work and his discipline. When I say these are the best behaved gentlemen in the building, I can say that without conviction. So thank you, Coach Kelly. Thank you to all the coaches. Thank you to our 833 supporters. Mr. Bernard, I see the judge, I see a lawyer. Thank you all, Ms. Inez. You all have been with us every step of the way, and we appreciate it. Coach Kelly.
Yes, sir, Coach Kelly. Please come. Coach Kelly, you make me look kind of small, though. But we so proud of you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
We are proud. We want to present you this resolution.
Okay.
Tell you thank you for your hard work and your assistant coaches. And I was somewhere and saw one of your assistant coaches, and I was joking with him, and they are proud of what y'all have done, continue to do. Just tell us whatever you want. I think you went to Provine.
Yes, sir.
And we thank you for bringing that spirit
Yes, sir.
to Lanier, because we're going to make you an honorary Bulldog.
I was just, first of all, I didn't know I had to speak, so I ain't had nothing prepared, but I just like to, I just want to say I'm proud of the kids for representing the city, representing the school the right way, representing their family the right way. I push them hard every day in practice, so I'm just happy that, the season was a success, but, we didn't end it the way we wanted to, but at the end of the day, it was a lot of hard work put into it. The kids came out of it better at the end, and we just keep the program rolling. But I thank y'all for the recognition, showing love to the kids, man. They need that, they can see that the hard work pay off. You know what I'm saying? Even though the season ended how you want to, people still recognize what you did on the field and represent the city the right way. So I'm proud of them for all that. And I also want to say I really appreciate my assistant coaches, and especially Dr. Bailey, because she let me be me. And my assistant coaches, they work hard for me, and I just want them to get the same recognition I get. So I just want to give my assistant coaches, every last one of them, a shout out. I appreciate the long hours, the dealing with me, because I know I'm hard to deal with, but at the same time, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We'll go out and take a picture.
No problem, no problem.
Thank y'all so much. Lanier Bulldogs, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations, man. All right.
Congratulations.
Actually, to give him some time to go out there with them, can I skip adoption of ordinances and just come back? Okay, all right. All right, colleagues, I'm going to move past adoption of ordinances and just come back. Give Councilman Stokes some time outside. So let's go ahead and do item 27. Item 27 must be done before claims.
Order ratifying and approving a contract between the City of Jackson and Jameron Minor.
So moved.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Colleagues, any questions or comments about item 27? I know we talked about it yesterday at work session. All right, I'm going to go ahead and call for the vote. All in favor? 6-0. Thank you, colleagues. Now claims, please.
Order approving claims appearing at pages 92, inclusive thereon, a municipal docket of claims in the amount of $2,933,054.59 for and make an appropriation for the payment thereof.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments? No. Large claims. Ms.
Good
Caldwell.
morning.
Thank you.
Jillian Caldwell, CFO. The four largest claims are as follows. Ag Camp Inc., the amount is $747,546.81 for street improvements, Phase 1B, from Fund 173, 1% infrastructure tax. The second largest claim is for Ag Camp Inc., the amount is $638,499.94 for street improvements, Phase 1C, from Fund 173, the 1% infrastructure tax. The third largest claim is to Metro Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau. The amount is $281,999.53 for the Visitors Bureau transfer taxes November 2025 from Fund 203, Jackson Convention appropriation. The fourth largest claim is the Evans Agency, Inc. The amount is $238,049 for the payment of the workers' comp insurance premium September 2025 from Fund 1 General Fund.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, any questions or comments about claims? Mr. Foote?
Thank you, Mr. President. My question, and I'm not sure if you're going to have an answer, Ms. Caldwell, but I think it's important to me anyway. So we're paying this $281,999 for the Metro Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau. But when we had trying to get our audit in for the year ending fiscal year September 30, 2023, one of the reasons it was delayed for so long was because the Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau failed to get their audit to us. And I'm curious what when are we going to get their audit? I don't think we've got it yet. Maybe it came in the last, few weeks or so. But we're paying all these bills for them, but they have an obligation to get us their audit so we can get our audit done in a timely manner. Does anybody know what the status of their audit for 2023 is?
I do not know the status of their audit other than they're still working to complete it.
Well, it's an important issue, and we've got a challenge on our own, but we need these other partners that we have across the city to do their work as well and get it to us in a timely manner. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Hartley.
Yes, I was just going to ask a follow-up. You mentioned the street pavements. How much was that again?
The total was approximately $1.3 million. There are two invoices to Ag Camp. The individual amounts is $747,546.81 and $638,499.94.
Yeah, just one quick question. Do we have a list of those streets?
We will work to get that for you from the Public Works Department.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, any more questions or comments about claims? Hearing none, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. Payroll?
Order approving gross payroll, including payroll deduction claims number 33157, to and make an appropriation for the payment thereof.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about payroll? Hearing none, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. Item 14.
Order approving the municipal depository bid notice for the City of Jackson for 2026 through 2029.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about item 14?
So, Mr. President, thank you. This is for the bank depository relationship, and this is just for the RFP. When do you expect it to come back to us? How long, what's the process? If you could take us through the timeline, where we go from here, when the banks, how much time the banks have to get to us, and when do we expect to bring it back to the city council?
So this order is to release the ad for the bid, and it is open until January 6th for the responses.
Okay, and then how long do you expect it to take to review the bids and select the one you want to bring before the council?
We should be opening the bids within the next couple of weeks and going through the review process shortly thereafter. So we should have a final answer by the end of February.
End of February?
No later than the end of February. It should be sooner than
I mean, the sooner that we get this in place, I think, the better off we are as far as earning interest on the money that we do hold at the banks.
Yes, we
So I
will
would
move
encourage-
expeditiously on.
Okay, thank you
that
very much.
process.
That's important. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any more questions or comments about 14? Hearing none, all in favor? All right. 15.
Resolution authorizing and approving an amendment to that certain bond resolution as approved by the City Council of the City of Jackson, Mississippi on June 17, 2025, in connection with the execution and delivery of tax increment financing bonds, the District at Eastover Project Series 2025 of the City of Jackson, Mississippi, in the principal amount of not to exceed $2,553,000 to raise for the purpose of paying the cost of the infrastructure improvements as hereinafter defined, and the cost of issuance and for related purposes in amending and restating said bond resolution in its entirety as follows. Resolution authorizing and directing the issuance of tax increment financing bonds, the District at Eastover Project Series 2026 of the City of Jackson, Mississippi, in the principal amount of not to exceed $4,800,000 to raise money for the purpose of, 1, paying the cost of the infrastructure improvements as hereinafter defined, 2, refunding and restructuring the outstanding $4,447,000 original principal amount, City of Jackson, Mississippi tax increment financing revenue bond series 2018, the district project, and 3, paying the cost of issuance of the bonds, authorizing and approving the forms of and the execution and delivery of a private placement agreement or bond purchase agreement and certain other documents in connection with the bonds, authorizing proper officers to do all other things deemed necessary or advisable in connection with the Series 2026 bonds and for related purposes.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I had to catch my breath, and I didn't even read. It's been moved and properly second. Colleagues, any questions or comments about item 15?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, we hear citizens coming, they were speaking today about Highway 80 and how we need to do something about Highway 80. I agree 100%. I want to say for this particular item today, when people travel down I-55, going to Memphis, going toward New Orleans, they see some development in Jackson. Some kind of way, the city must move toward more development. We must not continue to allow Madison County and Rankin County to fully develop, and we keep talking. We have developers here in this community. Somebody must meet with them. Let's get on the same page, and let's start comparing ourselves to Birmingham, Nashville, and stop saying Ridgeland, Madison. We got to develop this city. Now, if that means TIFs and other things got to happen, so be it. One of the first questions I ask, how long will this sales tax be gone? But if take losing some sales tax, you're not losing money directly, you're losing it indirectly. But if that's what it's gonna take for us to keep building this city, to compare and compete against a Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, then we got to do it. We can't tie these developers' hands behind their backs and tell them go out here and create a miracle, because they can't do it. They need money. Let's make Jackson a new Jackson. You go through Alabama, they have signs, rebuilding Alabama. We need to say, rebuilding Jackson. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. Any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0, thank you. Now, colleagues, let's go back to, thank you, Mr. Harris. Adoption of ordinances.
Ordinance of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, modifying Chapter 26, Article 12, Rental Registration Program.
So moved.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Colleagues, any questions or comments about item 10? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0, thank you. Item 11.
Ordinance of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, amending Article 3, Officers and Employees, Division 1 by creating Section 173 of the Code of Ordinance of the City of Jackson, Mississippi, to establish prohibition against relationships or dealing between city officials, employees, and individuals engaged in illegal drug activity, dope dealers.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Colleagues, any questions or comments about this
Some
item?
amendments, some friendly amendments, Mr. President.
Okay, Mr. Stokes?
Councilman Box.
Okay, you have something? All right, and then we're going to hear from Mrs. Clay, and, okay, all right, Ms. Parkinson.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your work on this. It's, I think, an important issue. We had a chance to visit briefly, and I think we're aligned on a few adjustments that I think keep to the spirit of the bill, but maybe provide a little bit of clarity. And so I'll offer those at this time. The first is, I'm really thinking about, as it's currently written, it's possible that somebody may have engaged in illegal drug activity 20 years ago. They have served their time. They've been reformed. We want to give those people another chance, another opportunity. We don't want to ban opportunity to do business. And so I think I'd like to offer an amendment that limits illegal drug activity to the past year.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments about this amendment?
Mr. President.
Ms. Stokes?
Mr. President, the ordinance as a whole is not trying to punish people who have changed their lives and done the right thing. We don't want to send a message that if you did something wrong once in life, you're forever a bad person. And I think with this ordinance and this amendment, it will send a message that people can change. And I think when the councilman talked to me about it, I said, it's a good idea. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any more questions or comments about this amendment?
I would like to have legal speak on this amendment. And a second thing, the wording on this amendment in terms of dope dealers, I would like, if we pass this ordinance, that we change it from dope dealers, because I don't think we should use improper English or slang in anything that's written for the city.
Okay, so you're going to speak on the amendment, right? And then we'll address, well, we have to dispose of this amendment, and then we will take up Mrs. Clay's concern.
Sure. Drew Martin, City Attorney.
Okay.
My opinion of the amendment is that it is helpful. I will point out there's a couple of other areas that are similar in the sense that the ordinance may seek to punish behavior that I doubt Councilman Stokes intends for it to punish. So just as an example, on number C, prohibited conduct, number 1, says no city official or employee shall knowingly maintain a personal, business, or financial relationship with any person engaged in illegal drug activity. I guess with being activity is a little bit broad, and I guess the question would be, what if you've got a family member? Do you have to shun them? How specific do you want to be as far as what you want to criminalize as opposed to what people maybe can't avoid in their everyday life? But the amendment, I think, goes to that issue, and I think there might be other ways to address the same thing and still get the same point. Clearly, the idea of keeping city officials and employees from knowingly conducting business with drug dealers is a good cause. There's no question about that.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and dispose of this amendment. All in favor of this amendment? Oppose? Abstain? Okay. 501? All right. Now, Ms. Clay, you have an amendment, or we want to go to Mr. Parkinson?
I would like to amend that we take out the word dope dealers, everywhere dope dealers is, change it to illegal drugs dealers or some other word, and not the word dope.
Mr. President,
Mr. Stokes?
most places where we got dope dealers, we got drug activity. But we need to be more specific, and that's why we say dope dealers, because that's what they're said and called. And we need to make sure that that is understood who we're talking about.
Okay, let me see. So we have a motion. Is there a second for this motion? Okay, so that motion dies for lack of a second. Y'all making me earn my money today. All right, Mr. Parkinson?
Thank you. The other item that we discussed is another potential gray area is, in my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong on this, but my understanding is in the state of Mississippi, it's possible for someone to be able to consume medical marijuana legally, but that is a federal offense. And so I think that there is some gray area that if somebody was a cancer patient, for example, and they were consuming medical marijuana, I think this says that that would be a violation, which I don't believe is the intent. And so I'd like to make an amendment. I move that we amend this ordinance to clarify the definition of illegal drug activity to remove or federal law.
Could I make a friendly amendment? The exception would be that this ordinance would not violate or impose on any federal laws. That'll cover everything.
I think that would cover it, yes.
Yeah, that'll cover.
I will second your friendly amendment.
All right. You got it, clerks? All right. All right, so we have a motion to amend, we have a friendly amendment, and now we have a second. Any questions or comments about this amendment? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? 6-1. I voted in favor.
I didn't vote for it.
You opposed or you abstaining?
Abstain.
All right. 5-1-1. Okay. Anything else? Mr. Hartley?
Yes, in trying to get the best understanding, I was wondering if our attorney could speak or could do some wordplay with illegal drug distribution or i.e. dope dealers, whatever. But again, I think, normally when we do an amendment or we do an ordinance, we have definitions and so forth. Here it's not the case, but I'm just wondering if to maybe capture everyone's thought, Mr. Martin, if you could tweak this somehow, that we encompass the spirit of what we're trying to accomplish there.
I'd be happy to. I'm not sure that I have a suggestion as I stand here at the podium. I will say the first page does have a couple of definitions, including the one that Mr. Stokes just amended. So illegal drug activity is defined as the distribution, possession, sale, or trafficking of controlled substances, and that would say in violation of state law, is what it would say instead of or federal. I think that's specific enough to cover.
Okay.
I think a reasonable law enforcement officer or citizen would know what that means, which is sort of the standard.
Dope dealers.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Stokes.
Mr. President, the ordinance is one that, in this city, some wards, there's no violence, there's no crime. You got neighborhoods in this city, they don't understand when they hear, look at TV and somebody been shot 20-some times. They saying, where is that? Because it's not citywide. It's in certain wards, certain areas, but it's growing. And what we're trying to do is stop it before it get out of control. You don't want to wake up to those gunshots. You don't want to wake up to your neighbor being shot 20-some times. Dope boys are controlling this city. We need federal help. We need more state help. You got 2 interstates that's coming through here, and they're using it as a traffic highway for drugs. We got to make the city safe all the way around, or you're going to keep losing population. People want to live in Jackson, they love Jackson, but they cannot stand this crime. They can't take a chance of their children, their loved ones getting killed because somebody going up the street shooting at another dope dealer, and you just calling him Miller, don't know what to do. We're trying to create some laws to make this city safe. Make this city safe, have more police, and pay them, then people come back. But they're not going to come back and take a chance of losing their loved ones. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Stokes, Mr. Parkinson is next, but let me just say this. I've been asked twice to table this item and to perhaps put it in a committee so we can have a more robust conversation about it. There is some hesitancy today to go ahead and pass this ordinance, but I would like to hear from all council members, their perspective on this ordinance, because I want it to be done, with everybody feeling okay about it. Mr. Parkinson?
Thank you so much. Mr. Stokes, I'm wondering if you could explain, I'd love to hear your perspective. If you can explain, do you believe that this ordinance provides is it a new ordinance, or does it reinforce what's sort of already on the books?
Well, you have a former mayor that's indicted, that's going to trial in months. You have a district attorney that's going to trial. You have former members of the Jackson City Council going to trial. You must understand that the federal government is watching Jackson, Mississippi. And you must send the message, we're not part of illegal activities. We're not today, we're not going to be tomorrow. It's got to be clear. Can't be no guessing game. They went up through that Mississippi Delta and got law enforcement officials. I don't mind voting by myself. Everybody have a vote up here. But when it comes to Kenneth Stokes saying no to drugs, 100%. We cannot say no to drugs, then hold dope boy hands. A lady came to council meeting, the last council meeting, to talk to this body before she could leave out, a dope boys right out there in the hall. And I'm gonna speak about we need better cameras and a better system. City of Jackson, when they put up a sign on Powers Avenue, and the dope boys painted over it. There's some bad boys in this city. It may not be in your ward today, it may not be in your neighborhood today, but it's coming. Don't wait till it hits you before you say we should have done something. Now, everybody has their own individual vote. I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything. You can be friends with anybody you want to be. But I'm going to say I put something on the agenda and tried to make this city safe. Thank you.
Ms. Clay?
I believe, if you believe this city is that unsafe, we need to have a task force or something in place to do something with safety and security. I know that there are areas that are rough in Jackson. I know it's not necessarily every area, but nobody deserves to live in an environment where you don't feel safe walking down the street. So if we got areas in Jackson that bad, right now, we need to have a special task force in the police department that's doing something. No matter how limited our funds are, we need to redirect funds and do something in the areas you're talking about. And we all, as a council, need to go see these areas and see what you're talking about.
Mr. President?
Mr. Stokes?
Mr. President, we're not going to get in back and forth with the mayor's job and the councilman's job. Councilman's job is to pass laws, ordinances, and that's what I'm recommending. The mayor's job, task forces, those kind of things, and he would do it. The mayor represents each ward. He's elected citywide. So I can guarantee you they know about it. We've had Mr. Tableson act in some of these areas. It's Mr. Tableson who put the sign up, we thank him so much, that they painted over, and he went back. You can't put all this on the police. I meet with the FBI, I'm not ashamed to say it. I meet with the U.S. Attorney, I'm not ashamed to say it. And I tell what's going on, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm saying that others need to do the same. Don't wait for people to die in your ward, in your area, and then you treat it like it's another funeral. There's too much killing in Jackson for Jackson to be as small as it is. Jackson is not the size of Houston, Dallas, Nashville. These dope boys, they're out of control. What's the solution? You need more white police officers. Now, you might not want to hear it, but they don't go around Capitol Police and disrespect them like they do Jackson Police. It's not right. And when Jackson Police try to crack down, then people won't say they're abusing people. Thank you.
All right. Any more questions or comments about this item? All right. Mr. Hartley.
Just one thing, I'm thinking about maybe the attorney, the penalties, the situations, and I see the intent, and I'm fully supportive of the intent. But are we going to include any kind of penalties or repercussions, or what's the next step if there's someone in violation?
That is entirely up to the council. Currently, the violations in here are disciplinary action only, up to and including termination. Keeping in mind, this ordinance really targets conduct of city officials or employees. Certainly, you could include some sort of fine as well if you wanted to. There's not one in here currently.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I will, obviously, I think it's a good idea that we have a deterrence here, but I look forward to more discussions where we can make maybe some amendments to actually make this a little bit more effective.
All right. Colleagues, I'm going to go with whatever you say, but I would really like to put this in a committee so we can iron this out. Mr. Stokes, are you opposed to that?
Mr. President, I would like to get this on the book. We got to send a message as a capital city that we do not support illegal activity, drug activity, or anything like that. If you want to amend some things after it's on the book, that's fine. But with everything getting ready to happen, in a few weeks, the main conversation you're going to hear in this news market is going to be a mayor coming up for trial, council members coming up for trial. And what's going to make it even uglier, some people are going to want to try to lump all council members. We need some on the book now. Thank you.
All right. Okay, any more questions or comments? All in favor? Opposed? Abstain? All right. 601, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Item 16, colleagues.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute the Square 9 subscription support agreement for the Square 9 Smart Search document management software within the Department of the Municipal Clerk.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any questions or comments by item 16? Hearing none, all in favor? All right. Item 17 is tabled. Item 18.
Order ratifying the City of Jackson Fire Department's application for the FY25 Mississippi Office of Homeland Security Grant Program, authorizing the mayor to accept grant number HS221 in the amount of $80,600, and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents needed to effectuate the receipt and use of grant money.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. We had JFD up here yesterday, and they explained this quite well. Any more questions or comments about this item?
Mr. President, one question.
Uh-huh.
Do we still have a grant department?
We do have a centralized grant department, but I think, JFD, do y'all have your own grant writer, or does it go through Ms. Bell and company? Okay, so we do have a centralized grant. Gotcha, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hartley, you had
No.
all right. All in favor? Mr. Foote, how do you vote? Okay. It's 7-0. All right, thank you. Item 19.
Order ratifying the payment of an invoice to Light Cloud Inc. for internet services and authorizing the mayor to execute the First Amendment to the agreement with Light Cloud Inc. for 6 months until March 1st, 2026, for the continued use of such services by the City of Jackson.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Any questions or comments about item 19? Mr. Hartley?
Yes, we had some good discussions in the planning meeting concerning this item yesterday, and there have been some changes that I would like to amend the posted document with these changes, and perhaps Attorney Martin can give us the keys or the highlights.
Yes, sir. There were two proposed amendments. The first would be for what would become the 5th whereas. Let me say this first. Both of the amendments are simply to add a not-to-exceed amount of $49,350 to the contract. So both of these two paragraphs were amended to accomplish that goal. First, the 5th whereas will say, whereas the total amount for the additional 6 months through September 1st, 2025 shall not exceed $49,350. And then after it is therefore ordered, the following paragraph will read, it is further ordered that payment to Light Cloud Inc. in the amount of $8,225 for the internet services is hereby authorized not to exceed $49,350.
So moved.
Second.
That's been moved and properly seconded. Wait. You made your amendment? Okay, all right. Just
Motion.
on the same page here. All right, good job.
Attorneys.
Thank you, sir. All right, any more questions or comments about the amendment? Let's vote on the amendment, please. All in favor? 7-0, thank you. Now we have the item on the floor as amended. Any questions or comments about the item as amended? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0, thank you, colleagues. Item 22,
Order authorizing mayor to execute an addendum to extend the contract to the preliminary engineering services contract with Stantec Consulting Services, Inc. for the trail along the abandoned Little J Railroad at Utica Street from Highway 80 to Valley Street, DHP-8276-00003, LPA 104587-813000, Hines County.
so moved.
Second.
As been moved and properly second, Mr. Anderson presented this yesterday in work session. Colleagues, are there any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, yes, sir, Mr.
Yeah,
Hood.
thank you, Mr. President. I had asked this question yesterday, and there was nobody here to talk about it. I was curious what the problem was with the trail that required this item to come before us.
Terry Williamson, Office of the City Attorney. So this was, so the trail is supposed to follow along the abandoned Little J rail line, and there were some questions about once it got to, I believe, Utica Street, and then how it was going to connect with, the trail that, with Jackson State. There were some questions about that.
So did that require some additional design work, or is that what this is about?
Well, no, it required some additional, title research on their part, on the part of the
Oh, I see.
design. Yeah. That's what it was. And
Okay, thank you.
But they've managed to get that cleared up, and so they're on track now.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any more questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. 23,
Order ratifying the procurement of engineering design services by Civil Tech, Inc. to complete the design for the Monument Street Bridge Replacement Project, STP-7262-00007, LPA 109279-701000, and authorizing payment.
Second.
all right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about item 23?
I got a question, Mr. President.
Mr. Foote?
On the back side of this item, it says, the city department, it says Department of Public Works Engineering Division. Who's in charge of the engineering division, Mr. Lorenzo, or Lorenzo? I'd just like to know the name of the person so I can contact them if I got a problem.
Yeah, the Public Works Director. I don't think we have a city engineer.
All right.
I know we have a firm, but
Lorenzo Anderson, Public Works Director. I am an engineer.
Okay.
But we do have a Mr. Henry Chia, soon to be Dr. Henry Chia. He's graduating this week. He's over all of our infrastructure projects.
So Henry, what's his last name?
CHIA, Chia. Chia.
C-H-I-A. Okay, good, thank you, I appreciate that. Look forward to meeting him. That's all I had.
okay, all right. Any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. 24,
Order ratifying emergency procurement of an emergency term bid for street resurfacing and ratifying an emergency contract for street resurfacing in the downtown Jackson area for the National Folk Festival.
So moved.
Second.
all right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about item 24? Hearing none, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. Item 25,
Order exercising an option to extend the 2016 Waste Disposal Services Agreement with Waste Management of Mississippi, Inc. for 5 years and adjusting the price of the city waste material tipping fee pursuant to Section 5.05 through 5.07 of the 2016 Waste Disposal Services Agreement.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? All right, thank you. 26.
Order authorizing a permanent easement and a temporary construction easement from the City of Jackson to the Mississippi Transportation Commission to enable the construction of a pedestrian bridge over Lakeland Drive for the purpose of connecting and enlarging the City of Jackson public trail system.
So moved.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about this item? Any amendments, Mr. Foote?
Sir?
Any amendments on this item?
Oh, yeah, I would like to amend the back side over here where it says it's all in Ward 7. It's also in Ward 1, too, so if you would reflect that it's in Ward 7 and Ward 1, the bridge.
All right, dies for a lack of a second. Any more questions or comments about this item?
Plan. Do we ever amend the 10-point? Do you want to amend the attachment?
It doesn't matter, it died.
Let it go.
All right, all in favor? That's 6-0. Very good, thank you. 28.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with the Mississippi Transportation Commission and with the LaFleur East Business Improvement District for performance of a beautification project to plant and maintain crepe myrtles in the median of Lakeland Drive from I-55 North to Ridgewood Road.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? 6-0? Okay, I didn't see. So I gotta get that electric voting. All right, 29.
Order appointing Eric Brown as deputy clerk of the council on a part-time basis.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Mr. Harlan, I'm assuming this is
Yes.
your office, okay?
Yes, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Eric Brown. We have, he will introduce a little bit more about his personal information, but his background includes Director of Community Outreach with Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Central Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. He was an art teacher during 2024 at the Academy of Math and Science. Look, what he's going to be doing is completing the part of the staff that we need the most. And that is, he will be going out into our streets. He will be documenting the abandoned properties, the overgrown lots. He'll be monitoring, first job, Eric, monitoring Highway 80, to write up those things till we can give it to the administration so we can get it fixed. He'll be going into neighborhoods, looking for the abandoned properties and the blighted conditions, documenting that and getting that to constituent service and to the 311 system. He will be doing a lot of legwork, including attending meetings at night in the community when myself or Ms. Anderson is not available. So he will complement this team nicely and hoping to get more things done for Ward 5 and the citizens of Ward 5. So we look forward to him joining our team.
All right, Mr. Brown, if you could briefly give us a little spiel.
It's nice to meet you guys. Oh, it's nice to meet you guys. I appreciate the opportunity to give back to my city. I'm very passionate about Jackson. I'm a Jackson native, Murrah High School graduate, Jackson State alumni, so anything just to give back to my city and do my part, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, as usual, we're going to take this one round. Are there any questions for Mr. Brown? No?
No questions here.
Ward 2?
Congratulations, welcome.
All right, Ward 6,
Welcome.
Ward 7.
I'll just say welcome, thank you, and the clerks are absolutely amazing. You'll be joining a really wonderful team.
Thank you.
We can't do it without him, I tell you that. All right, all in favor? Okay, 6-0. Congratulations, Mr. Brown.
You guys have a good day.
Mr. Brown, is there anyone you'd like to recognize? Anyone, family, or anyone here? Are there anyone here? Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Harlan. I sure forgot to ask. All right, item 30.
Resolution adopting the 2026 regular council meeting schedule of the Jackson City Council.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moving to properly second. Colleagues, any questions or comments about the schedule for 2026? All right, hearing none, all in favor? 6-0, thank you. 31.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute the statement of work with Civil Plus LLC for annual maintenance and implementation services for an agenda and public meeting management system.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moving to properly second. Ms. Jordan, if you could give us a brief overview.
Shanikia Jordan, Clerk of Council. This system will be replacing our current agenda management system, which we use Novus right now. It has a couple, several enhancements, which includes electronic voting. You will be able to press a button to display, it will display when you would like to speak, and the president will recognize you. So this is an upgrade to our agenda management system that we've been trying to do for several years now.
All right, thank you. Any comments or questions about this item, colleagues? Mr. Hartley?
Yeah, just one quick question. Is there a training type of component to make sure everyone gets on the same page?
Yes, in the order that you're approving, it does approve training. So it does come with training. They'll, I think it's several hours. I don't know how many hours, but we will train you guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, I am excited about this system. I've been screaming about electronic voting for quite a while here because things can get a little chaotic, and I think having that system in place will help to record our votes and make sure that the minutes are accurate. And so unless there's any more questions or comments about this item, I'm going to go ahead and call for the vote. All in favor? 6-0, thank you. All right, discussion, item 33, Mr. Stokes. He's not in here. Let's move on. Chastain.
President.
Yes.
Order.
Item 32.
Peter Taverson, CAO. I hesitate to even
Oh,
raise
I'm sorry,
my
I skipped
voice.
32. My bad. All right, let's do item 32, please.
Resolution recommending the hiring of internal auditors to perform independent review and analysis of city systems of internal controls.
So moved.
Second.
All right, so moving it properly second. Colleagues, I know three of you are fairly new. Basically, what we're doing is, the council assumed employees from the previous administration. And basically what this does is return them back to the administration and get them off of the council's payroll. We're doing our part to downsize, and that's all this does. While we do appreciate, even though council can't do auditing functions, we do appreciate the work that they've done, but I think they'll be happier serving under the CFO and the CAO. Are there any more questions or comments? Mr. Hartley.
Just one comment, and that is, would there be some type of reporting apparatus so the council can get can have up-to-date information as well? And I understand it's internal audit, but will the council be a part of the informational chain so we can understand as well some of their findings?
Peter Taverson, CAO. Absolutely, Mr. Hartley. We intend, and I say we, CFO Caldwell and I intend to use internal audit to tackle several priorities of this council, including itemizing and selling public works equipment, among other things, and establishing an actual inventory process by which we track all items under $5,000, not just the ones above $5,000. And so you, council can ask us, and we will certainly report on those efforts and provide those reports and information as we reconstitute this internal audit.
Thank you, Mr. Taverson. That's very, very refreshing. I'm not sure about some of my other council members, but if we make this move, we're going to miss Ms. Jessica, Ms. Shawn, and
Ms. Felicia.
Ms. Felicia.
She's the quiet one.
But yeah, we're gonna certainly miss them, but they'll be downstairs. So I'm gonna, and so we'll be able to visit them. But thank you. It's great that the city council can have a part of helping to understand and fix the issues here and have a channel into that. Thank you.
Okay, this item needs to be amended, right? What's the amendment?
Well, it was a significant amendment, I suppose. Do you have copies for everybody? Okay, so you already have copies. The amendment, as originally constituted, this item purported to reinstate a 2018 city ordinance. When we looked at the ordinance and read some of the AG opinions, at least one of which was written specifically about that ordinance, it appeared that there was a better way to do this. So this comes out as a resolution instead. It maintains all of the language that the council wanted and already had in terms of reporting requirements and so forth, but it restates it as a resolution and provides current city positions that are available to be filled to perform the functions if needed. They don't have to use those jobs in particular, but we found them just in case.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about the amendment as stated by the city attorney? All right, hearing none, all in favor of the amendment? All right, 7-0, thank you. Now we have the item as amended on the floor. Any questions or comments about the item as amended? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0, thank you. All right, we got it.
President,
Yes, sir.
I hesitate to speak twice because we've had a smooth meeting. I'm going to ask you to reconsider visiting number 17. I do that with some reluctance because I believe in the council's rules and I believe in timely processes. But Mr. Gray approached me and said that he is on deadline and we won't be able to apply for these funds. Now, I don't think that excuses not being present yesterday at work session when this matter was specifically inquired about by the council. But nevertheless, I would hate for us to lose some grant funds because something was not timely. So I'm going to ask the council to reconsider taking up 17 and let Mr. Gray address it, and then the council act as it feels appropriate, if you will.
What's the deadline? Because the chief yesterday asked me to table this item. So what's the deadline?
You're going to have to hear from Mr. Gray. I'm not getting in the middle of this.
You don't
I'm
know.
bringing it forward because I think the council ought to hear from this, and I don't think you ought to lose funds if there is a deadline. But as I said, I don't condone not being present at a work session to answer questions. So I want to be very careful. I'm not contradicting the chief, but I'm asking you to hear from Mr. Gray and hear what he has to say.
Ms. Clay.
I think we should hear from Mr. Gray.
So do I.
Okay. You know, when one's veracity is always a question, I do pause. But Mr. Gray, what's the deadline?
Good evening. Warren Gray, Grants, JPD. The deadline is today. They extended it. What happened was it was a misunderstanding in legal. It was held up because we had 2 pages numbered 7, and legal thought it was a typo on our behalf, but the grant application itself had 2 page 7s. They were different pages, but we were allowed to submit it because it was their error, not ours. And we had it in for last work session, but it didn't get put on the agenda until this session.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gray. Now, we do not have an item on the floor, but I would like to hear, because the city attorneys were all shaking their head. And so I want to be clear before I even do this, because if the deadline was extended today, that means we missed it anyway. Mr. City Attorney, do you have a response?
I can in about 2 minutes if you give me a chance to consult with somebody. the attorney that directly looked at this.
All right, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and look at the discussions right quick. Mr. Stokes, item 33.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, item 33 is an address, 2166 Powers Avenue. I left the council chambers because the dope boys had showed up.
Why you didn't come get the police?
Oh, you ain't seen me take the police out there?
I didn't see you, but they came.
Plus, we got Chief Watts out there. Oh, yeah, we're going to get the police, and we're going to make sure that you safe here at City Hall. And once we got that address, it's not in the name of the dope boys. It's in the name of somebody named Satasha Green. The address again is 2166 Powers Avenue. We're going to fight against these dope dealers taking over these neighborhoods. I hold that item because we tried to call this Satasha Green to come talk to this council about this property. I sent a letter to the U.S. Attorney, FBI, Sheriff, and everybody about this property. We cannot allow dope boys to come in these inner city neighborhoods, take them over, get these children on dope, and we just sit back and hold our hands and sing Kumbaya. We got to fight against this wrong. I hold that one, and we have.
Well, now, Mr. Stokes, you spoke on it now.
Well, I'll bring another way. 34, Mr. President, is Chastain neighborhood. And Mr. O'Neill was at the last meeting. I told him I'd put it on the agenda. So, come on, Mr. O'Neill. He lives in the Chastain neighborhood area.
Okay, yeah, my name is Oliver O'Quinn Jr., and I live at 655 Benning Road in North Jackson, Broadmoor. And I've been here before about this, it's a drain ditch that concerns 3 houses, 645, 655, and 677 Benning Road. All the water that come off Cedarhurst, and it comes under Lawrence Road in a big drain pipe about 4 feet tall, and it make a right turn behind my house and go down to Manhattan, across to the creek. And I moved there in 95, and they've been cutting that ditch, keep it trimmed where you could see all up down the ditch, and keep the paper and debris out of there. But later, the last few years, they stopped doing it. And it done pushed the boards off of my fence. I got a wood fence about so high, and the trees just growing up, pushing the boards off and all of this. Then when I came to one meeting, they said, well, we'll spray it with Roundup. That would be fine. But the Roundup never got sprayed. Now the bushes just growing on up. Something needs to be done about it. I mean, you've been doing it from 95 up until late 2000. And all of a sudden you stop. Now, I hate to have to say it, but when I moved there in 95, it was only 6 black people living all of Benning Road. It's 2 blocks long. Now it's 2 white live there. Now you don't see no policemen, you don't see nothing, no cleaning up or nothing. And when you ask them about it, they have nothing to say. I saw a policeman came by Tuesday. I was out blowing some leaves. And I asked him who was dead. I thought somebody was dead because the only time you see a policeman is somebody dead or they going to a woman's house. And it's not right. You know, I don't want to have to say that you're doing this because it's like it's a racist thing. The city don't do nothing for the black neighborhoods. And that's sad. I thought all of that was over with. But it's coming back, and it's bad. Something needs to be done. And leave there and go to the burnt houses on Benning Road. It's 3, 431, 549, and 730 Benning Road. And one house has got dump trucks, all kinds of ski boats, carriers, and everything in the yard. Motorhomes, all kinds of SUVs, and grass growed up and nobody do anything about that. So I'm here to try to get something done. Our neighborhood look a mess. We deserve the same thing that they deserve over in Eastover and all these other places. That's all I'm asking for. Just be fair. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, boss man.
All right. Mr. Hartley, 35.
Yes, before we move into that item, I'm hoping that someone from the administration of Public Works, you have a handle on it, this street, because I've seen some of the things he's talking about, and he's right on point. If you could perhaps meet with him, be good. My item is an update on the status of JPD store cameras, and specifically thank you, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Specifically, as it relates to us combating crime, this program was put up several years ago, and I just wanted to get an update. I think it's very effective, but I want to get an update to see how we're doing and maybe how we can better use it. Are there any legal constraints now, or what's going on with it?
Assistant Chief Vincent Griselle, admin support. There is a transition of ownership with our software company, Fusus. They was purchased by Axon. And Pillion here in the city of Jackson used to be able to be one of our vendors that's provide the software. So they no longer can provide that. So we're actually working it out now with Chelsea, with legal Chelsea, Attorney Chelsea with the terms. So we're getting close to getting that fixed.
Excellent.
But Drew still has the policy that was put in place to kind of get with the store to come online that we had discussion before. So we might need to revisit that, and let's set up a town hall meeting with some of the businesses and see where we can go from there. Now, I did meet with the Portels and had a little training about a couple of weeks ago. They're on board with all these stores.
Okay. Do you have any other projected training dates?
Hopefully, I'm gonna say in 2 months, 60 days, we can work out the agreement, the litigation on the agreement. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think this program is very effective, and I have stores that are calling for it because they have, they have folks breaking in. Some of them on top of the roof, still in the air condition, an active store. Some of them breaking into the stores themselves. A lot of them have problems with the unhoused or the homeless community, just staying out in front of their businesses, and obviously their crime. So I believe that this could be very effective.
Correct.
And I'm looking for more of a rollout, more of a campaign where we actually bring these folks online. Again, that's after, if there's any legal considerations that we need to take into place. After all that's done, I'd like to see, us aggressively moving this program forward.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Ms. Brown Thomas asked first, and then we'll.
Don't leave, Chief.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Ms. Brown Thomas, and then Mr. Stokes.
Chief, thank you. Do you think that you can get me a camera right there on Cooper Road? In Suncrest, we are having a lot of carpet theft. They call in reference to people climbing on poles, hooking trucks to the poles, snatching the wires out.
Okay. We would definitely make that happen.
Thank you.
I promise you that.
Let the record reflect then. You said they're going to make it happen. Next time I ask for something, I better get told yes, too.
We'll talk about that later.
Well, Mr. Stokes and then Mr. Hartley.
Chief, the coach, W.C. Gordon Park, the old J.C. Park, what's the status of the cameras and everything the church is trying to do to create cameras off of Baylor Avenue?
We did put in an order for the camera, for 24 additional cameras. We have not identified all locations for those cameras, but we are working with, I did have a conversation with Ms. Jillian over there on the funding to make sure those are secured so we can move forward. But the building of the cameras are in progress. We just said, work out the logistics of the funding.
Now, the church said they would pay for the cameras.
We haven't heard back from them when they said that. Okay. We're just going to make it happen.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Parkinson?
My item was similar to what Mr. Stokes just mentioned. In the meantime, while this sort of works out, businesses, or I guess individuals, can purchase their own cameras and either register it with the Real-Time Command Center, or even
The core.
certain cameras can plug in.
Correct.
And what's the I remember there's a website for that, but do you want to tell the folks what the website is?
Sure, just give me a second, let me pull it up on my phone.
And while you're looking that up, I believe last time we chatted, there's some packages that are available for businesses, not through the city, but through vendors, that are approximately $250 that includes 4 separate cameras.
Correct.
And so that could be a good investment, that if you own a convenience store or you own a church or whatever, you may want to look into purchasing that and getting that tied into the system.
Correct. So Flint, Michigan has a program they call the Green Light. So any of the convenience stores in Flint, Michigan, people shop at wherever the green lights is flashing. So they seen a reduction. They're like I talked to the chief, it's like 130, 140 officers. They're right at 200 officers short at that time. But he said what helped them curb a lot of the crime was the Green Light Project in Flint, Michigan. So we kind of mimic that concept when we try to implement that with the stores. So if you look at, in your ward, Ms. Porter, the insurance lady,
Yes.
on Universal, she had major issues, and since she installed those blue lights, we haven't had any issues. So majority of where you see the blue lights at, even Highland Village and those areas, crime, we saw a big reduction in crime, especially property crime dealing with auto thefts and things of that nature. But we are trying to educate more businesses to get on the concept of the Blue Light Project, just an extra security measurement what they already have. So by dropping that one core into their security system, camera system, that feed would come to us. And we can monitor that feed live, or either go back into the data to see who did it and how the crime was committed. So the website that we're using right now that we have is called connectjacksonmississippi.org. So it's connectjacksonms.org, O-R-G. You can go in there, you can register your cameras, or you can actually purchase a core. They'll send you the core and they get it installed. It's like a 5-minute deal. And your property or your home, your resident, will be online with the Jackson Police Department. And it works.
Okay, and my other question, and again, this was started by a grocery store closing, and me talking with the owner. And, I'm not sure how much is, was truthful, but, or a little bit more fabricated. But he said the biggest reason why he's moving his grocery store and creating this food desert, was crime. And I asked him, he said, well, folks have broken out my window at least a dozen times, big pane windows. And I asked him, well, do you have cameras? Yeah. I said, well, you can tie into the Real-Time Command Center. And he said, well, maybe if I had this information 6 months ago, it made a difference. So, again, I know folks have different motives and reason for moving, as I spoke with the sheriff last week on. But we want to cross off as many of those excuses as possible so that they have nothing else, and they will really know that we're trying to work with them. So our Real-Time Command Center, up and running?
Yes.
Everything staffed?
Yes.
24/7?
To the budget, yes, it's staffed.
Okay, all right, so good. I will continue to push this, and I look forward to more conversations with you where we set up some type of town hall meeting for our business owners.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Mr. Stokes?
Chief,
Yes,
when you
sir.
said to the budget, what does that mean?
Well,
In terms of numbers?
We came before the council for 15 operators. And at that time, I was only asked to do 5 because we was trying to get raises and cuts to the police officers. So I don't know if you remember.
How many, in terms of numbers, how many?
Okay, I'm 4 operators right now.
24/7?
No, partial 24/7. We're from Bravo shift, which is evenings, to midnight, to 2 in the morning.
And we only have 4?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we need more.
But the good thing about this is, so everybody understands, it's AI, ran by AI. So anytime that data is, any officer can key in, log on their computer, go into the real-time command center and pull up that data. So the data looks like this. If I'm looking for somebody with a red backpack, blue shoes on a bicycle, between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning, when I put that in the system, it's going to give me everything that I need during that 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. on bicycles. So if I got a guy with a black backpack, of course, he's not the suspect, so I weed him out. So now I'm dealing with all the ones with the red, right? So once we get the ones with the red, then we also do an overlay with Clearview that's kind of like facial recognition. That'll give us the suspect data, information, especially if he's been arrested before. So when you're seeing all these people that's getting arrested, it's not like we just knock on the door and say, hey, you did it. There's some homework that's done in that whole process. Now when you go to any federal court, like I was in federal court this morning, the only thing the feds want to see and the DA is digital evidence. They want to see who, what, when, and what time, what video, and how you got that suspect on scene. Phone data, whatever it takes, that's all they want to see is digital evidence before they even talk to the suspect.
Don't point at me when you say suspect.
Huh?
You said the suspect, and you pointed at me. Don't point at me when you say suspect.
I am the oldest, so y'all know.
I don't care. All right, any more questions or comments about this discussion item, item 35? All right, colleagues, I'm going to push 36 back again. I've been in contact with this family, and I know everybody knows about the Latasha Crump Coleman situation. She was a resident in one of Jackson's most quiet neighborhoods, which is Hidden Valley, close to the Jackson-Clinton line. And there's been a lot going on, and I'm not even trying to get in JPD's business, but I will ask that the city of Jackson, the state, the FBI, please put forth every effort to find this young lady. Okay, their family has been dealing with this for quite a while, and so I still plan on meeting with the chief and talking again with Pastor Cedric Crump, who is her brother, to see where we can go from here. All right, and I'm going to hold my personnel matter. I need the mayor here, so I'm going to hold that until next time. And so back to 17. What's your
17.
response?
So here's what I would say. The grant letter from the Office of Homeland Security was issued on October 1st. The letter of it, by its own terms, says have it signed and returned by October 15th, 2025. It came to our office October 30th or 31st of 2025. There was technically time to maybe get it on the last meeting. There was a discrepancy in the numbering, as was mentioned. We asked the question. It took a few days to get an answer. By the time we got the answer, we were able to process it. The next meeting was this meeting. That's why it's on this agenda. What I will add to that from speaking with Captain Outland and Chief Watts, there has been an agreement with Homeland Security here that the funds can still be available, but they need it approved today, or they're going to lose that before the next meeting.
See, this goes back to other council members' concern about us being rushed or pressured to vote on these
Understood.
items. And I want to be clear that this is not the council's fault, but we're made to be the bad guys and bad ladies when this stuff doesn't go. And this is why I'm really pushing for a more centralized approach to grants. JPD shouldn't have his own grant writer. JFD doesn't have his own, and everything should go through one centralized place so that we won't have to rush again, because we don't have all the information for this stuff. We just know we just need to vote on it, you know. But we can go ahead and get on the floor, clerk.
Order ratifying the City of Jackson Police Department's application for the FY25 Mississippi Office of Homeland Security Grant Program.
So moved.
It's not finished.
Let her finish, y'all. We've been
Authorizing the mayor to accept grant number 25LE221B in the amount of $75,000 and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents needed to effectuate the receipt and use of grant funds.
So moved.
Second.
That's been moved and properly second. Colleagues, any questions or comments about this item? Mr. Parkinson.
Thank you so much. This funds would in part pay for a bomb dog. Do we currently have a bomb dog?
We do. Loki, he's 7 years old, he's nearing retirement, and this is to get in front of, when he retires, that we won't have a lapse in an available bomb dog, because our bomb team has a 90-mile radius that they can be dispatched to, so we need to have that dog on standby if he's ever needed.
That's great succession planning. I appreciate that. This is, the grant is for 1 year. Is that correct?
FY '25.
Okay. And so, I mean, there's, like, I think we're going to purchase a vehicle, we're going to purchase things. So after the course of the year, the department would just, because there's going to be ongoing maintenance costs, there's the cost of the fuel, there's going to be additional costs beyond the year. So the department will absorb those costs after the grant terms run out?
Correct. The items that were outlined in that budget, in that packet, that's what that grant will pay for. But for as maintenance, K-9 maintenance, fee, yes, we will incur those costs moving forward.
And I also want to make sure, I could just ask, by the terms of this grant, can, like the vehicle that we purchase with this grant, can that only be used for, I think it was like anti-terrorism efforts, or can the vehicle that we purchase only be used for a very narrow purpose within terms of this grant? Or what?
It has to align with the grant and with the EOD team.
Okay. Even after the terms of the grant, like the 1 year expires, if we wanted to use it for another purpose, can we redirect it that way? Or once it's purchased, it has to be used for the terms of the grant?
It has to be used for the terms of the grant.
Even after the funding for the grant expires?
Correct.
Okay. And then my only other question is, this has a 90-day ordering guidelines. Is the department prepared to meet the deadlines that are stated?
Yes, sir.
In the grant?
Yes, sir.
So we're not going to be turning this money away?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Clay.
Thank you guys for getting another bomb dog. I went out there to the police academy, and we got to see the dog. And sometimes we don't realize what other cities rely on the city of Jackson, but Jackson is one of the cities that has a bomb squad, and other cities rely on us. So we need to take advantage of this money, get this dog and this vehicle, and be able to support our surrounding cities, since that's what we say we want to do.
All right, Mr. Hartley.
Yes, I did have a question. Do we have any drug dogs?
Yes, sir. We have 2, Angel and Orion.
Okay. And this is completely different, having
Yes, sir. This is a
different
different
capabilities.
endeavor for those 2.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any more questions or comments? Mr.
Yeah, just one quick comment, and that is, we need someone here during our planning meetings, our workshops. Okay, if you're going to come here and you're going to ask for certain things, you need to be present. If we got to be here, the person, and not you, but whoever's pushing forward this agenda item needs to be here, because we have questions, especially when there are deadlines involved. Okay?
Understood.
All right, thank you. Any more questions or comments? All in favor? 7-0. Thank you, colleagues. All right. Let's see, we did the presentation. All right, colleagues, item 40.
Monthly report of privilege taxes as required according to Section 27-17-501 of the Mississippi Code annotated of 1972.
All right, colleagues, by a show of hands, you received your reports. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. All right, so now, colleagues, I will take a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of going to executive session to discuss.
Excuse me, we have two litigation matters we need to discuss potential resolutions of, and two others that I need to provide confidential update on.
Okay, and I'm going to add personnel matters to that, all right? Is there a motion?
So moved.
All right, is there a second? Second. All right, it's been moved and properly second. All in favor? All right, Mr. Stokes, how do you vote?
Abstain, Mr. President.
Okay. All right, if you are not party to this conversation, we kindly ask that you leave the chambers. All right, we are out of executive session. No official action was taken. Colleagues, are there any closing comments? All right, is there anything else coming before this body? Hearing none, we are adjourned.